All right, guys, welcome back. This is Tristan Selman with Youth Prevention, and we're doing a special lesson today. This lesson is going to be much like a game that we've played in the past, which, if you were here, you remember it was Tobacco Trashkaball. Today, we're going to be doing a marijuana panel, but basically, guys, it's going to be the same rules, okay? So, as in that last game, we need at least 1 to 2 paper balls, for sure 2 trash cans. Estimately, I'd say about maybe 10 feet apart. That usually works. And the rules of the game quite simple. I need two halves of the room. So one half is Team A, the other half is Team B. Preferably, everyone split into even teams. I would ask that the teacher at this moment choose either a trusted student to hold the ball and mark points, or the teacher themselves relinquish that responsibility to themselves. And basically, guys, this is just a true or false answer based game. So you're going to have about 30 seconds in between every question with your team to answer the questions. However, if you don't make it within that 30-minute second marker, then you lose the option to answer the point, or answer the question, sorry, and get your point. However, if you do get the question and you shoot and you miss, you don't get the point. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started on our first question. So I hope you're ready. All right. Question number 1. True or false? THC stands for tetrahydrocannabinol. You're going to find that the answer is true. True or false? Weed is a GMO, or in other words, a genetically modified organism. This answer would be true. Nowadays, the process that they undergo to develop weed, it's completely different than what it was in the past. So there's really nothing quite natural about it. True or false? When Tupac died, his friends mixed his ashes with some green and smoked him. You're going to find that the answer is true. Marijuana can be harmful or poisonous to dogs. The answer is true. True or false? Purple haze, chocolate flower, and green crack are all luxurious strands of weed. The answer is false. I actually made up chocolate flour. True or false? Marijuana declines the IQ of people below the age of 26 to 20. The answer is true. Most men's, brains don't really stop developing until they're in their later 20s, closer to their 30s, honestly. In women, it's usually in their early 20s. So it's still that whole bracket of time right there. True or false? Heavy marijuana use can lead to depression, anxiety, and weight gain. The answer is true. True or false? Endangered owls in California have been dropping due to the heightened amount of marijuana growth and smoke. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana use can have a wide range of health effects, including hallucinations, paranoia, breathing problems, possible harm to the fetus's brain in a pregnant woman, as well as premature birth. The answer is true. True or false? The first arrest for cannabis possession and selling in the U.S. occurred in Denver, Colorado. The answer is true. California was the first U.S. state to ban cannabis a century ago. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana declines the IQ of adults over the age of 30. The answer is false. There's no notable, IQ decline that's been shown to affect the brain of one that has a completely formed brain. True or false? Marijuana is now legal to use recreationally in 8 states: Alaska, California, Colorado, Oregon, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, and Utah. The answer is false. It's actually not legal in Utah. True or false? Smoking 2 joints is equivalent to smoking 10 cigarettes. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana contains a chemical known as THC. Without THC, people wouldn't get high. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana makes all of your problems go away. The answer is false because getting high is really just it's a temporary base, state of mind, and once you're no longer high, you come back to all your problems. True or false? THC oil can decrease but not eliminate cancer cells slash tumor cells. The answer would be true. True or false? Weed affects the prefrontal cortex of the brain. This is where a lot of the decision making is done. The answer is true. Um, by the time you're about 25 is usually when your prefrontal cortex is fully developed. True or false? Marijuana stays in your system for 30 days and can stay longer depending on your weight. The answer is true, and depending on your weight, it could stay. It really can. It can stay a lot longer. Everything they get. I guess you could say it gets stuck in like the crevices of fatty cells and stuff like that. So it's harder to work it out and to sweat it out, even to flush it out. True or false? Marijuana, the most commonly used illegal drug in America. The answer is true. True or false? Growing is considered green. The answer would be false. True or false? Tobacco deposits more tar on the lungs than weed. The answer is false. True or false? The marijuana plant can also be made into rope or fabric. The answer is true. Marijuana rope was used to move the Easter Island heads. Sorry, I was about to say eggs. True or false? Marijuana is natural, therefore it's healthy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The answer is false. If you got an apple and decided that you wanted to, smoke an apple, that's probably not healthy. Sugar, caffeine, tobacco, poison ivy, they're all natural, but if you apply them to your body, they actually can do harm. And they do harm. True or false? Weed your mom, dad, grandparents smoked in the 70s had about 2% of THC levels, while the weed that you smoke today has about 20 to 35% of THC. The answer is true. And in some cases, depending on what form you're taking, I mean, these levels or percentages of THC can even get up into the 70s or 90s. True or false? Marijuana is not addictive. The answer is false. People can become emotionally dependent or addicted to this. True or false? Eskimos have 100 words for snow, while Americans have more than 200 words for cannabis. The answer would be true. Some of those names could be herb, Mary Jane, pot, reefer, dank, fire. There's just a variety of them, and it just keeps going on and on and on. True or false? Long term marijuana use has been linked to mental illness in some people, such as hallucinations, paranoia, worsening schizophrenia symptoms. The answer would be true. And for those of you who didn't know, marijuana is a low grade hallucinogenic. Or sorry, hallucinogenic. True or false? In 1976, an art student changed the Hollywood sign to read Hollyweed after the passage of the state law decriminalizing cannabis. The answer is true. True or false? There are 488 chemicals in weed, which increase by 200 when smoked. The answer would be true. True or false? Cannabis saliva is the correct terminology for pot. The answer is false. It's cannabis sativa. True or false? Signs that someone has been using marijuana are giggling slash silliness for no apparent reason, bloodshot eyes, acting paranoid, forgetfulness, more than usual, and lighter skin. The answer is false. I added in lighter skin. True or false? The hippie generation discovered weed. The answer is false. The Chinese Emperor Shang Nung did, and when he first discovered it, he used the hemp fibers to decorate pottery. True or false? When Bob Marley died, he was buried with his guitar, the Bible, and a cannabis bulb. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana is green, brown, or gray mix of dry shredded flowers and leaves of the hemp plant. The answer is true. True or false? Smoking marijuana has negative health effects, but there have been no found evidence of negative health effects from edibles. The answer is true. True or false? THC mimics a naturally occurred cannabinoid in the brain called anandamide. The answer is true. True or false? The use of marijuana may cause infertility in both males and females. The answer is true. True or false? A bag of weed was the first thing ever to be bought and sold online. You ready for this? It's true. True or false? Weed production taxes go to schools in Colorado. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana increases the appetite. The answer is true. That's usually what they call munchies, right, guys? That's just what I've heard. True or false? There have been reports of people driving high, which leads to car wrecks and fatalities, or results in people dying. The answer would be true. True or false? The prefrontal cortex is fully developed at age 18. Therefore, after the brain is done maturing, weed will no longer negatively affect the growth of the brain. If y'all have been listening to some of these other questions, this should give you the answer. The answer is false. The prefrontal cortex is fully developed at the age of 25. And up until you're about 30 years old, when pretty much your brain should be fully developed, it's still going to have an effect on your brain. True or false? There are more dispensaries in Colorado than there are Starbucks. The answer is true. True or false? People use marijuana by smoking, drinking, or even eating it. The answer is true. True or false? Marijuana smoke irritates the lungs, and people who smoke weed frequently can have the same breathing problems as those who smoke tobacco frequently. The answer would be true. True or false? A person can overdose on marijuana. The answer is false. There's been no reports of a teen or adults dying from marijuana alone. True or false? Weed production in Colorado has led to more homelessness and unemployment. The answer is true. True or false? If you have high blood pressure, smoking weed can cause you to have a heart attack. The answer is true. Smoking weed actually does heighten your blood pressure, which can be fatal, especially with those who already have pre existing heart conditions. So, guys, I hope that you guys had a lot of fun. I don't know who won, but congratulations. I hope that everyone was able to take something back from this game over marijuana. I know that it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but we need to get out here and speak about the truth about different things. So, guys, I'll see you on my next lesson, and y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.